Shokyo and other assorted Pretendos. Oh man, like I haven't talked about Shokyo legitimately in years. It's kind of bizarre that he still even still has a following. But a Paper Mario EXP. I'm not gonna buy Paper Mario if it doesn't have EXP. Like, yeah, that's it. It ruins the character progression. It's that's a complete joke. I have never been a fan of this argument, and I do really want to address this before I even play Origami King, because I kind of already know how this is gonna go. The battles in Sticker Star and Color Splash, for some reason, people, the detractors, right, the Pretendos, the fans of the OGs, right, the people who are fans of the first two Paper Marios, they've somehow memed themselves into thinking that like the new Paper Mario games like somehow don't have like character progression. Like somehow, like you don't get stronger, you don't unlock more abilities, you don't get new things, you don't advance in any way throughout the entire thing because you don't have EXP points. Like they sort of have deluded themselves into thinking that like battles are straight up pointless, which is not true even in Sticker Star, especially not in Color Splash, but in Sticker Star as well. It's really, really interesting. For the longest time, the narrative regarding like Sticker Star was that like, the personality isn't there, it doesn't have a story, and then we have like Color Splash, which does have a story, which does have a personality, and then they shift gears and focus more on like the whole toads with hats thing. It's just it's ridiculous. I can't emphasize this enough. I really cannot emphasize this enough about Shokyo and everyone else. They're looking for reasons to not buy this game, like because it's not a traditional Paper Mario game, so they don't care. Like they just refuse to even try it, for that matter, or learn how it plays. If they knew how it plays, they wouldn't have such ignorant opinions like, oh, battles don't matter. That's just simply objectively untrue. I am personally just I am very, very frustrated with these with this kind of obsessive hatred of the new Paper Mario games. It's definitely one of the weirdest examples of Pretendoism in the past decade, I would say. Like I don't know, we've seen this in some form or another. Like you have plenty of people who say like the older Fire Emblems were better, which is a load of shit. You have people like saying Zelda needs to go open world. Like you have all this stuff. You have all these crazy opinions, right, regarding these video games from people who don't even really play them. You know what I mean? Like I would say it's debatable whether Color Splash is better than the Thousand Year Door. It's not something you should like dismiss outright. You know what I mean? Like it's the modern day equivalent, I think, of like shitting on Zelda 2 for not being the same as the original Zelda, or Super Mario Bros. 2 for not being the same. Like, they're different, sure, but that was kind of the point. Like, they didn't want to rehash the same thing they've done before. They kind of wanted to focus on different things, and we're sort of seeing that with Origami King already. And it's kind of interesting. In spite of this very, very vocal minority, we've sort of reached the point now where younger Paper Mario fans, people who didn't play the originals necessarily, are becoming fans of what the series is now. Like, there's no real backlash among the widespread Nintendo community. It's just this obsessive group of like 20, 30 year old man children who are just obsessively whining about toads not being in hats. It's just, that's the current state of the Paper Mario fan base. They're not a group of people that I would ever take seriously.